After 3 days, my fibromyalgia disappeared. And I was laying there in bed and I woke up and I thought, I don't feel any pain. And the second thought I had was, I must have died. I'm in heaven or something because I don't feel pain. And I got up for the first time. I wasn't achy after sleeping. And then I thought, no, just wait later, you'll be sore at the end of the day. Something will happen. And it was like 2 weeks and I never told anybody. I was just going, what, something is going on. I've never had so much energy. Over a year ago, I've hit my year mark and I thought, wow, I cannot believe I went from being, many days bedridden from fibromyalgia. I had it really bad and just taking fistfuls of medication. And now here I said, wow, I went from fibromyalgia to 5K, in a year's time.
That is
So
incredible.
yeah, so it can be done.
It was
Remember I
hard.
told you a few weeks ago I did that Valentine's Day 5K?
Uh-huh.
I took first place in my age group of
Good
60
job.
to 60, 64. So,
That's awesome.
which I was really surprised because it felt like everybody ran past me.
They were
But,
all in maybe younger age ranges.
yeah, yes, they were all, it's like all the young people just, they're already doubling back by the time I was getting started. So, and I did not eat the chocolate at the end
Which you
or
were
the,
planning to do, which was kind of interesting because you were like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to do the race and I'm going to eat the chocolate at the end and I'm going to like it. So how did that?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I thought they were going to give us like little fancy boxes of like Russell Stover's candy, something good.
Yeah.
And it was just, little Hershey bars and things like that. And I thought, trick or treat candy. It's just, I can have that anytime I want.
Yeah. Well, good for you for
So,
making that choice. I'm like, is this worth
yeah.
it? No?
Yeah. So I didn't take anything from the table, because they had chocolate milk and then they had
Mm.
Gatorade with, sugary Gatorade. And I just thought, no, I just ran and I feel good and I don't need to put junk back in my body.
Yeah.
But anyway, everything's going well. Um, I'm eating well, just keeping it simple, just
Good.
staying mostly carnivore and, veg now and then. Uh, yeah, ever since we threw that piece of cake away.
For those of you who weren't here during office hours, was it like it was the day after Valentine's Day or the week? We're like, let's throw all of our Valentine's Day candy out. And so that was the impetus to kind of really get back on track then.
Yeah. But, I think when I started this diet, like over a year ago, I've hit my year mark, and I thought, wow, I cannot believe I went from being, many days bedridden from fibromyalgia. I had it really bad, and just
Mm.
taking fistfuls of medication. And now here I said, wow, I went from fibromyalgia to 5K, in a year's time.
That is
So,
incredible.
yeah, so it can be done. It was hard work. I won't say it was easy, but like you say, you have to keep a positive mindset. And I realized that first day when I went for a walk, I walked around the block, and I'm telling you, I was so sore the next day. And I thought, no, get up and do it. Just get up and do it. This is your time. And then I just started walking every single day. I didn't care what the weather was. I would check the weather, plan. Even now I got my workout clothes on because I just immediately know I'm going to work out. So put your workout clothes on so there's no backing out of it.
Yep.
And but after a while, my kids were like, "Oh, mom, you're going for your walk, goodbye." And I thought, wow, because for decades I didn't do that. I was being that good mom that thought I had to cook all the meals and clean the house and do all the grocery shopping and be there for take your kids to lessons, teach them how to drive. Do I was doing everything for everybody but me. And now finally I'm saying, okay, now that I'm doing something for me, it has really changed my physical composition, my mental composition. You're just more positive. The exercise does help, and eating clean does help. You
Hmm.
know, because if I cheat, if I eat something, if I go over my sugar limit, my underarms tell me I start smelling like a teenager, and my feet start tingling. I get that foot pain, and I'm thinking, no, you work so hard, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So, but it does take time. It was not an overnight thing for me.
Mhm.
I had plateaus. I had months where my weight did not move. And that's when I learned to quit looking at my scale and get out the tape measure, just start measuring, because my pants started to come loose. And I thought, well, whatever this is, it's working and I feel better. I'm listening to my body and I'm just going to keep at it.
I just,
And
that is
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, it is. It's work, but it's really worth it. I have never felt better. I feel like I'm in my 40s instead of my 60s.
I might just
So,
like transcribe all that for a little testimonial.
well, even my kids, two of my kids, after, they saw, because they remember mom always laying in bed in pain all the time.
Mhm.
And so I went keto, was eating a ketogenic diet, and my daughter's boyfriend started, and he dropped like 50 pounds.
Mhm.
And so after a while, my one daughter, she was vegan and she just had, you know, medical issues like you wouldn't believe. She was a beautiful girl, but she had the acne, the cystic acne, and just all kinds of problems. And so she started adding meat back into her diet. And now her face is all cleared up. And my other daughter, she eats meat now in her diet. She's added more protein. And my husband, who was doing that Ornish vegan diet, and it's basically killing him, but now he's added eggs back. He's added more, he's added fish. And so it's like, you got to look at me and see the difference, the day and night difference of 1 year, of eating clean. And, um, you know, because you would think if my husband were eating such a healthy diet, he would have all this energy,
Yeah.
but he doesn't. He just, his joints get hurt real easily. And, I just feel terrible for him, but at least he's adding animal products in, and I feel better that he's eating much better. Like the sugared cereal, I think it was you that mentioned it, how high the sugar was, even in like organic cereals. And
Oh
now
yeah.
he doesn't eat that anymore. He's been eating oatmeal, but groats. So, I just think it's great that seeing how my body has transformed, and them just seeing me have all this energy and like, wow, mom went from bedridden to, out every day. And now they're doing it. It's hard to give up that sugar addiction. I know, you
Yeah.
know, but at least they're doing better than they were. So,
And you're just setting a beautiful example. I don't think I knew that whole backstory until right now. That is
yeah,
really
I haven't had my 1 hour office visit yet. I've been so busy.
okay. Take your time, but that is really amazing. Like, so I wanted to ask you too, just for people that might be listening, what kept you going when it was hard? Like, what kept you going when you
I
plateaued?
tell
What
you,
thoughts were you thinking?
okay, when I first started, after 3 days, my fibromyalgia disappeared. And I was laying there in bed and I woke up and I thought, I don't feel any pain. And the second thought I had was, I must have died. I'm in heaven or something because I don't feel pain. And I got up for the first time. I wasn't achy after sleeping. And then I thought, no, just wait later, you'll be sore at the end of the day. Something will happen. And it was like 2 weeks, and I never told anybody. I was just going, what, something is going on. I've never had so much energy. And that's when I decided I got to walk because I had so much energy.
Mm,
And by that time, I had lost maybe 5 pounds. It was water weight pretty quickly because I was very bloated.
yeah.
um, I didn't realize how allergic I was to grains.
Hmm.
And, I actually, I've been eating vegetarian most of my life, for decades. I always ate healthy. Um, but I was just after menopause, I just put on the weight and the inflammation. And I remember asking my doctor, I said, is this what old age feels like? Am I supposed to just accept that this is my lot in life? Because if this is what it's supposed to be, then I'll quit wasting money coming over here, trying to look for a cure because I went through every kind of pill imaginable trying to get this fibromyalgia under control. And, she just looked at me and smiled. And I thought, well, okay, I guess it's something I have to accept and just quit whining about it and, deal with life and just take the handfuls of meds and try to get my pain under control. But no, I cannot believe that, after the pain went away and I had the energy, that's when I just started walking, and I got a walking app. So I logged it every day. So I've got about 130 miles to go to get to 1,200 miles of walking. And I
Wow.
will have walked from here to the Sahara Desert.
Oh my goodness. That is
And
so cool.
yeah, so you can get, apps that will track activity.
Mhm.
And, I just cannot believe if I've got like 56 more days to go to do 365 days of consecutive walking or consecutive activity. Um, and I'll get a badge.
Badge in the app.
Yeah.
Did they
After
send
that, I
you
think I,
an app?
I don't
Yeah.
have to be as hyper, but I'm just like, I am so determined to get that 365 badge. Even when it snowed down here in South Carolina, I put some these little things you put on your shoes, these little track things that my husband's sister gave him for Christmas, and I went walking in the snow,
Yeah.
to get my walking in for the day. And I just thought, nothing's going to stop me from getting that badge.
My goodness. I don't think we can have a better, a better story than that. Like, and you found your own way too. I think I just want to acknowledge your consistency. I want to acknowledge your persistence. I want to acknowledge you not accepting feeling super crummy as just part of getting older. And you be like, got nothing to lose. So I guess I'll try this. And I just am thrilled. I'm so thrilled for you. Thank you so much for
Well,
sharing that.
yeah, I think the motivation there is I never want to go back to those 12 years of, I'll just call it medical hell.
Mhm.
I don't want to go back to that. It's just the anxiety, the, sweating, the getting up all night, no sleep, the weight gain, the inflammation in my eyes. My gums quit bleeding when that was the other thing I noticed. Like my body odor went away, my gums quit bleeding, the swelling, the puffiness in my fingers and my face. My
Mhm.
hair that fell out is all growing back in. I've got eyebrows and eyelashes again. So I will never complain about having to pluck my eyebrows ever again.
Well, that's really amazing. So do you have, I mean, I know like consistency with walking, like kind of keep doing what you're doing. Do you have any specific like goal for this week or action item for this week besides kind of stay the course, keep on
Well,
pushing on?
I've got a lot of, since I had that fibromyalgia, there was a lot of things that just got, sorry, can't get to that, can't get to that. So now I am cleaning out whole rooms. My daughter moved out. I plan to paint a bedroom. I've been cleaning the garage out, and I'm taking stuff to the dump. And, spring is coming. So yard work, I've already got my mower out and mowed. And so, I stay busy.
Good.
So I think it's a good thing to always stay just active and busy.
Yeah.
But, a year ago, over a year ago, I guess, I remember it was Christmas and I was in so much pain. And I thought, how do I tell my kids I can't do Christmas anymore? Because I was just miserable. I'll lay in bed for 2 or 3 days after Christmas because of, whatever that fibromyalgia does. It just hurts so bad.
Mhm.
And the next Christmas, this past Christmas, I was up on my feet, and I thought I can enjoy Christmas again with my family.
Yeah.
So these are the motivations. It's hard to, if I'm looking at something I shouldn't have, and even if I have a little bit of it, it's just easy for me to put it away, and just go, no, I really don't want this. I want what I have now. I don't want to go back to that I never want to go back to that again. Every day is a new day to go forward, and do it. And I do it for me, but by doing it for me, it does it for my family too,
Yeah.
because I have way more energy. I'm so positive, and, I just look forward to living every day, which was something I never did. Oh, somebody asked about the Carb
Yeah.
Manager app. Yes, I did do that.
She said, did you pay for it or did you do the free one? And then she said,
Uh,
what walking app did you use?
okay, I did the free Carb Manager, because once, I kind of eat a bit of a limited diet. So once I kind of learned what I could have, what I couldn't have, I just stayed with that.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't count my carbs because I don't eat anything I know you're not supposed to have.
Mm-hmm.
When I did, like I had a little sliver of pie for Christmas and a homemade roll, and my fibromyalgia came back. Like, wow. And that scared me straight. I just went, okay, I'm just not gonna, I really do have to watch what I eat.
Yeah.
And then the walking app, it's called Tracker, I think. And you can use if you have a Samsung phone. Samsung Health has an app as well, but I like that one. That one's pretty good. It's just pretty straightforward. Shows you where you've been, and how far you've walked, and how long it's taken you, and you know. So
There's I think Under Armour has one too. Maybe like Map My
yeah,
Walk or Map My Run. There's a few of them. You can just like look up
right,
walking apps.
yeah,
Um, I was not expecting that. Like that just made my day. That is what I live for. Just hearing stories like that and that inspiration like that. And I mean, Yvonne on here like really does have the kind of like a similar background story. And so I think it was probably
hmm
really good for her to hear a year later, fibromyalgia to 5K, like can't really get a better kind of like headline than that. So thank you.
yeah. Still surprises me.
But I think it's also really cool, like as we study more like this law of attraction, to see that work. Like you kept your eye on your why, like you kept your eye on the things that were going
hmm
well. You kept your eye on your desire, and you kept taking steps and attracting more of those positive things and the positive experiences and the consistency, because that's what you were focusing on. And like you can just tell it from how you're communicating that you really are in such a positive, energetic mindset. And so you're continuing to attract that every single day. And not only that, like what I think is really cool too is, you attract that into your family's life too, like because you become more positive and energetic and you become that kind of role model. And you just can't not want that. When you see someone who's like that, you can't not want some of that. So that's so cool. Anything else you wanted to share? It's just awesome,
I
Carol.
just want to tell everybody, keep it up. Keep it up. It does work.
Yeah.
You'll hit plateaus, you'll get discouraged, but just, work through it just every day. Just take a step forward, another step forward. You will get there, and your body will change in so many surprising ways. Honestly, when I started it, I just wanted to lose 5 pounds. And I did not think a thing about, any more than it was any different than any other diet I've been on. And as my body started to heal, and I was just so amazed. Like, I could not believe that a diet changed everything. Every complaint I ever had went off. My blood pressure meds. I don't take my fibromyalgia meds anymore. My migraines are like down to hardly anything anymore. I think like, wow, even just having my hair, my eyelashes growing every month, it's like my body gives a gift to me every month that I never expected.
Mhm.
So I'm just wanting to encourage y'all, keep it up. Even when your body's just going, or your scales are going, yeah, I'm not moving, just ignore the scale and just kick it in the corner and just keep doing what makes you feel good.
Yeah.
And your body will reward you. I'm the same, my body is the same size it was in high school. And my daughter and I actually had to change trade clothes. She took my clothes and I took her clothes because I didn't have anything to fit anymore, So it was really nice to get to do some clothes shopping.
Yeah.
I'd like to keep the weight that I am and maintain. And, but mostly I just want to feel good for the rest of my life. I want to feel like this forever if I can. And I will do what it takes to feel like this forever.
Yeah.
So I went totally, um, you can just imagine being a vegetarian and eating very vegetarian food. And then I just got all kinds of meat and cream and cheese and foods I've never eaten before. And yes, I completely stopped the sugar. I threw out all of my vegetable oil, all the white flour, all the white sugar. I packed it up, and I have a friend that has like 9 kids, and I drove it down to her and I said, here y'all go. Got rid of all my white pasta, anything white, it was gone. And I never touched it. But I'm telling you, in the beginning, it was hard because I ate, I was that person that ate like 6 little meals a day with healthy snacks in between. So starting to eat meat and protein was kind of like, ooh, I could not eat a lot, but I just kept doing it. And then the fat, I had like a spell there where I was burping a lot. And, but after a couple of weeks of that, that settled down. There were just different things. But yes, I can say that what I did was very drastic. There was no easing into that diet. It just went from vegetarian to keto and very low carb keto immediately. And it was like 3 days that I woke up without that fibromyalgia pain, but I was very strict. So, and I think because I saw such a big difference, I was willing to put up with the keto rash, the burping, and the rash I think was, I think I'm allergic to like chia seeds and things like that, because I'd never eaten them before. And then here I threw all that in and I was getting allergic to my sweat. Yeah, the other thing I noticed too was that nail polish breath, that
Oh,
keto
yeah.
breath.
Yep.
Oh, I had dragon breath for it was bad. It was like I drank nail polish remover. So I
Oh,
think because I had so much of that, and then I had such a big belly, it was like 36-inch belly. I'm skinny. My arms and legs are skinny, but my belly, I look like I was 6 months pregnant. And so I think maybe the toxins from my liver were dumping into my system and causing that rash, or it just could have been a food allergy. I don't know, but I don't have it anymore. I stuck with it, and it took about 3 months, but that rash went away. But
okay.
my belly also shrank quite a bit too. So, but I did have a lot of belly shrinking, which which was surprising, how quickly it just deflated.
Yeah.
And but my skin tone got better, and the fibromyalgia pain did not come back. Now it will if like I say, it's either wheat or sugar that I ate in that pie. I don't know which one it is because I'm not going to do a repeat experiment. It's just from now on, we're having keto holidays. We did it for Thanksgiving, but for Christmas, I don't know why we didn't. And when that fibromyalgia came back that quickly, I thought, well, okay, it's not worth it to me. So
But there's nothing like a testimony, and there's nothing like someone who's been there and has felt that pain and who's been in bed for 3 days and who isn't sure if they want to host Christmas. And it's like, if you haven't been there, you can't fully understand. But I think how you put that into words is really powerful to help
yeah.
other people. So
Yeah, I never thought I would feel this way in my life ever again. And, I don't take it for granted. I enjoy every day I get up and I'm pain free. And I enjoy all the meals I eat.
good for you guys
I do,
too.
yeah, I do the two a day meals, but they're really heavy calorie meals.
Yep.
They're mostly carnivore with some veg, occasionally fruit, not often. And And I do the intermittent fasting. Like I have an eating window from
Yeah.
anywhere from 10:30 to maybe 7 o'clock at night, and then I don't eat for the rest of the day. So, but there have been occasions, like when I first started running, I was getting hungry a lot. But I'll eat a piece of cheese instead of a cookie, you know.
Right.
So, but you do, and I know I'm doing this because I know what that cookie used to do to me. So, you know, no sugar, no nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've in fact I was thinking the other day I found like a big bag of my medications because I wanted to throw them out, and then like COVID hit, and so I'm stuck with this big bag of medication. But I've thrown bags of those like empty bottles of all
Yeah.
kinds of different medications, and it was so nice to just look at that and go, I don't need this anymore. It's going in the garbage. Now I
Yeah.
still, will have to take Tylenol or something every now and then my problem is because I'm so hyper. When I got out of that fibromyalgia pain, then everything that I couldn't do for the last 12 years, I tried to do it all at once. And so it's like, oh, now I got to take Tylenol because, I'm getting a little sore. But the next morning I would get up and it would just be like like a nice workout you had at the gym. You're,
Yeah.
you're kind of a little sore, but you're not bedridden. You're not miserable, you
Yeah.
know. And so I've had to like tell myself, okay, you need to kind of sort of hold yourself back a little bit. But but it was hard,
Pretty good
I
problem,
just
right? Like so much energy that you have to hold yourself back. I think that's a great problem to have.
yes, it is. It really, really is.
If you want to see before and after pictures of Carol, including her swollen hands to reduced inflammation, thinning hair to thicker hair, belly fat to a really toned abdomen, and more muscle mass, go to our website at www.zivli.com/fibromyalgia. She was gracious enough not only to allow us to share this testimony, but to write out her story, where she was at the start, how it felt in the beginning, her progress in the middle, her results at the end, where she wants to take things next. It's so awesome. The pictures are really incredible to see. And then she has a whole list of like 20 different symptoms that have improved because of this low carb, high fat, high protein diet that she's adopted. And my favorite is that she feels like she's aging in reverse. So if you need that, or if you know someone who does, please share this interview with them, direct them to our website at zivli.com, and join our program today. It is life-changing. This is evidence, and there's a lot more success stories on our website too. Thank you for listening and tuning in today, and we'll have a lot more great content coming your way.